Are you a business leader who has to make complex decisions and prioritize them? If you are, this video could really help you. Hello everyone, my name is Tim B. Green and this is Crush It Club episode 86, part 2. Crush It Club episode 85 was the same one, which was make better decisions. So this is part 2 because the first part talks about the neurobiology of it and gives a simpler example using baskets of strawberries, actually. And so today what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a task list because I'm pretty sure most of you aren't sorting baskets of strawberries, even though they represented startup opportunities. So let me share my screen and we'll go on to the next part of this video and the entire part of this video pretty much. And that is, see what happens when I do this. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to expand this. And we're going to have to expand this window out for you so it can capture everything we need to capture. Okay, so here we are. We have 5 tasks. These are real tasks of mine that I want to do. And essentially what it is our biological evolution always had us compare things. So sweeter, better, darker, harder, softer, fresher, and so on. So I call this the scale or strawberry scale based on the last video. So please go check that out if you want to know what's behind what I'm doing here. Now this is based on Daniel Kahneman, 𝗂𝗏 Sunstein, and 𝗏𝗏 Sibony's recent brilliant book, Noise, A Flaw in Human Judgment. So this is one of the gems I pulled from there that I really love, and I decided to try to apply this to myself, and I came up with something I thought was exciting enough to share with you and that you yourself could use. So this is a real list of tasks that I have, and I have to sort them. So to sort, our brains aren't actually good at like rating things from 1 to 5 or 10 and then sorting them that way. We're actually pretty lousy at that. But we can rate one thing to another to find out which one is better, sweeter, and so on. So that's how we're going to do this. So with this technique, it's pretty simple. You just start at the bottom. So this is the bottom technique. This is an arbitrary list. The order is not sorted yet. So then I look at this task and I look at this task and I compare them to each other and I decide which one has to come first, either because of time constraints, the relationship in time, or just in some other priority outside of time where I was like, well, this is just a more important task. Regardless of time, it moves up. So the first task, create a daily video versus reconnect with LinkedIn connections and offer lead gift. Well, the lead gift, or sorry, the daily video is like you're watching right now, has to happen every day. So it's typically my top priority with respect to time, and in this case it is, which is why I'm doing it. So it moves up. It's more important with respect to time than doing this, and this will take probably days to do. That's cool, but even so, when I do it, the video would happen first and I would do that second, such as I'm likely to do today. So now we look at the next one, right? We know this is already better, sweeter than the one below it. Now we compare it to the one above it. So which of these two is better, sweeter, more important, less important, and so forth. So this one is 500 to 1,000 videos to advertise in front of. So these are those videos you see when you watch YouTube or other platforms that have advertising, and there's an ad at the front of them before you watch the video you came to actually watch. That's for this. I need to find videos that are in my niche and put ads in front of them to drive traffic for my own business. So that again is the same kind of thing. That create daily videos is more important than this one is because I'm doing the video now. Next one, create daily video, 6 landing pages and thank you pages. Well, same thing. Okay, I know this is obvious at this point. This one is going to go all the way to the top because it simply has to happen first. So that's the first one. But now what we do is we rotate back down to the bottom. And you do this over and over as many times as you need to. Obviously, the longer the list, the longer this is going to take. But because you, at the end, have compared everything to everything else, you have judged it relative to every other single variable, every other single task in your list, or company that you're thinking of funding, startup you're thinking of funding, that kind of thing. So they're all compared to each other, not just given an arbitrary 1 to 10, which is sort of meaningless for the software in our brains, the primitive software that likes to compare things like, these are sweeter strawberries than these, eat these ones. That's the kind of decisions we've had to make for most of evolutionary history until the last few centuries. And in fact, numbers have only been around 6,000 years, since it takes us 20,000 for our brains to adapt to new things in our present environment in terms of structure, in terms of deep behavior. It could take 14,000 years more before we get good at numbers. So obviously numbers are valuable, but in this case, your brain compares one to the other qualitatively. It's a far superior and more accurate judgment. So now we look at the reconnect, cool, so that's not warm or cold, but cool LinkedIn connections, and offer them my lead gift. Well, in this case, there may not be, in this case, I'm going to say this one is more important, because while I do need to get these 500 to 1,000 videos, there's stuff that has to come before I get to, I first of all need to have a video before I can make a lead gift offer, which then drives traffic and so forth. So this has to go down. So reconnect with LinkedIn connections versus make 6 new landing pages. Well, in this case, I need to make the landing pages before I offer the reconnection, so they have somewhere that they will wind up going to if they opt in for my gift. An example of a lead gift would be this right here, my Crush 2022 LinkedIn checklist. Go check that out. And by the way, this is far into the video, but I'll do it here now. If you find this video useful, please share, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That would be wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, the next one is, which one do I need better? Get feedback for 2 existing lead gifts, such as this one that I just mentioned, or create 6 new landing pages. Well, in this case, because the landing pages are going to be, their information is going to be based on the lead gifts have to stay above. So this is higher priority, so this task doesn't move. Since this task doesn't move, this becomes the bottom task for the rest of the list. Here we are, second from bottom. Okay, so is the feedback for the 2 existing lead gifts more important than the daily video? Well, in this case, it's a little more unique because I actually have a call in about an hour. Yeah, okay, about an hour and a half from now with my marketing mentor. If that was 10 minutes from now, then this would go up here because it's time sensitive and it's based on her availability. Since it is not, this stays here. So now we have, this is the least important, this is next most important, this is next most important. I can't make landing pages until I get the lead gifts done. Then I take the lead gifts and I create more lead gifts, and then and so on, right? So I create these, that allows me to do this. This allows me to reconnect with my LinkedIn connections that I haven't talked to in a while. And once all that's done, I have somewhere to send them because the landing pages and lead gifts that I'll be producing, then I can start driving traffic to the internet in general, to people in general. So that's it for this episode of Crush It Club 86. Part 2, Make Better Decisions. My name is Tim B. Green. Bye for now.